When we talk about justice, we usually think about solved crimes, convictions, and prison sentences. But what goes through the mind of a father whose daughter has mysteriously disappeared and has not been heard from in years? Here are 5 notorious unsolved murders on the internet. Are you ready? Let's get started. The death of Marilyn Monroe. The iconic actress was found dead in her home under mysterious circumstances in 1962, and to this day, theories about whether it was a suicide, an accident, or a murder. Since then, speculation about the Hollywood star's last night has continued. Those who knew her say it was a particularly sad and desolate night. Some believe Marilyn may have been murdered, but by whom? The testimonies given in the following days don't add up, because the death scene showed signs of having been altered, with changed and clean sheets and no trace of the water with which she would have taken the pills. Other events occurred later that also make us think. The tapes of her psychiatrist, in which the actress stated that she wanted to resume filming, then disappeared. 58 years after her disappearance, what happened? Was it a suicide, murder, or a bad combination of barbiturates that ended her life? It is more interesting to delve into the mystery surrounding her last years, the clues to which came much later and which have yet to be solved. Was Marilyn Monroe as transparent as she was once thought to be? Was she obsessed with secrets she could never tell? And most importantly, were these secrets the true cause of her death? The disappearance of Jimmy Hoffa. The American labor leader disappeared in 1975 and his whereabouts remain unknown. Despite numerous investigations and theories, his case remains unsolved. Was he the victim of a kidnapping? Was he murdered? Did he decide to disappear on his own to avoid legal trouble? These and other questions have puzzled investigators, journalists, and the public for decades. One of the most popular and persistent theories is the mob murder hypothesis. It has been suggested that mob members, angered by Hoffa's efforts to eliminate their influence within the Union, may have ordered his assassination. However, despite investigations and informant testimony, no conclusive evidence has been found to support this theory. The FBI confirmed that it searched an old landfill beneath the Pulaski Skyway. However, a spokesman for the Detroit field office, which had been leading the decades-long investigation into the disappearance of former Teams Master boss Jimmy Hoffa, said they couldn't elaborate because the affidavit was sealed. The statement also did not mention Hoffa by name or make any explicit connection to the half-century-old mystery that has become one of the most notorious unsolved cases in the United States. The death of Natalie Wood. The actress met her tragic end in 1981 while on a yacht with her husband and fellow actor Christopher Walken. The circumstances of her death are still the subject of speculation and debate. But what really happened? Several decades later, in 2011, the Los Angeles Police Department reopened the case due to a change in the testimony of the boat's captain, Dennis Davon. He confirmed that he had witnessed an argument between Natalie and her husband that fateful night, which raised doubts because the official report indicated bruises on her body and arms. The following year, her death certificate was changed to drowning and undetermined factors, and the file now states that the circumstances are not clearly established. Wagner claims the last time he saw his wife was when she was brushing her hair before going to bed. What happened between those two moments is still a matter of speculation, especially regarding the degree of responsibility Wagner may have had, with opinions ranging from those who consider him completely innocent to those who declare him the murderer of Natalie Wood. At the age of 90, Robert Wagner remembers their argument that night, fueled mainly by jealousy, after which Natalie went to her cabin and was never seen again. "I would never hurt your mother," Wagner tearfully tells his stepdaughter during a conversation in the documentary Natalie Wood, What Remains Behind, which aired on HBO. None of those interviewed in the production questioned the official version of the accident. Only Natalie's sister, Lana Wood, has speculated in interviews that Robert Wagner is hiding something. However, she declined to participate in the movie and share her version as confirmed by director Laurent Bouzereau. Alcácer murder. The Alcácer crime refers to the kidnapping, rape, torture, and murder of Miriam, Tony, and Desiree, three 14- and 15-year-old teenagers from the Valencian town of Alcácer. Their bodies were found on the 27th of January 1993, half buried in a mountainous area near the town of Taus. Nearly 30 years have passed since this crime was committed, but it is still not completely solved. The crime was tried in 1997 with Miguel Ricard as the only defendant, and he was sentenced to 170 years in prison. However, Miguel Ricard was released from prison in November 2013 after his sentence was reduced to 21 years due to the suspension of the so-called parrot doctrine. Miguel Ricard was probably not the only person involved in these murders. In fact, the Provincial Court of Valencia judges believe that another identified man who has not been arrested, Angles, and possibly one or more other people participated in this crime. Angles could be hiding anywhere in the world, and the other person's identity remains unknown. What remains today of this triple crime, one of class and gender that shook the conscience and turned three girls from a then unknown Valencian town into the daughters of every Spanish family? Even today, the answers are neither simple nor unique. However, a common denominator among those who lived through it is to turn the page but not forget. JonBenétRamsey murder. The little beauty queen was found dead in her Colorado home in 1996. The case remains unsolved despite investigations, and suspicions surrounding her parents has generated numerous theories and speculations over the years. Since JonBenét's murder, detectives have followed every lead that has come to the department, including over 21,016 tips, letters, and emails, and has traveled to 19 states to interview or speak with over 1,000 people in connection with this crime. This crime has left a hole in the hearts of many, and we will never stop investigating until we find JonBenét's killer, said Chief Maris Harold. That includes following every lead and working with our law enforcement partners and DNA experts nationwide to solve this tragic case. This investigation has been and will continue to be a priority for the Boulder Police Department. In 1999, a grand jury voted to indict the parents, but District Attorney Alex Hunter decided not to file charges due to a lack of evidence. Later in 2006, an FBI expert concluded that the profile of the author of the ransom note matched that of the mother. 2 years later, the justice system determined that the family had no connection with the murder. There were other suspects: Gary Oliver, a convicted paedophile who lived near the Ramseys; John Mark Carr, an elementary school teacher in Thailand who claimed to have killed them; Bill McReynolds, a family friend who liked to dress up as Santa Claus; Michael Helgath, also in the area with a history of sexual assault. However, all of their profiles were dismissed. Frankly, cold cases are a tragedy for the victims and their families, as they do not receive justice or closure. In addition, they highlight a failure in the justice system and point to areas that need improvement in criminal investigation, case resolution, and community safety promotion. Which of these cases do you think gets solved first? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel and stay connected.